Hey folks, I'm Matt from Fidel Gastro, and welcome back to yet another episode of... Wait for it. Tales from the Kitchen, Hack or Hype. Long story short, we have this YouTube series where we take recipes and we look at all the different ways to do it. We look at the traditional way, we look at some new approaches, and we really try and decide which one makes the best version. So today, we're tackling meatballs. I love meatballs, you love meatballs, this is a meatball-loving world. In fact, our guest judge on today's episode is Chef Rocco Agostino from the Pizza Libretto Empire, and the dude knows a thing or two about Italian food and meatballs. So he's gonna help us make some predictions, taste a few meatballs, help us determine a verdict, and decide which one of these recipes is all hype and which one is a true kitchen hack. Vai, sugo. Okay, so today's experiment is all about the meatball. And we're gonna be testing 4 different recipes. And when you're looking at a meatball and you're tasting a meatball, really what comes down to is this meatball super tender? And what helps a meatball be tender is what we're actually testing today, the filling. The first 3 experiments are all about what your nonna would use. So we have breadcrumb filler, ricotta cheese, white bread soaked in milk. The 4th is actually one that I consider a meatball hack. It's something I do at my restaurant, and I swear by it. It's mushrooms cooked with garlic and butter, and it's all blitzed together. 4 different recipes, 4 different styles of meatballs. One will reign tender supreme. And the fixed variables in today's experiment are, they've all been cooked in the same tomato sauce. It's the same base meatball recipe. Each meatball is the exact same size, they've all been seared, and they've been cooked for the exact same amount of time. All right, so for our base meatball recipe, we're gonna start with the meat in the bowl. We have equal parts ground beef, ground pork, and ground veal. Then we're gonna add some salt, some black pepper, fresh basil and Italian parsley, and some eggs. All right, so we have all our ingredients. I'm gonna mix it all up, split it into 4 bowls, and then from there, we're gonna add our 4 different fillers. So in the first one, we have Nonna's famous breadcrumbs. Next is Nonna's favorite cheese, ricotta. Then we have Nonna's old bread with milk. And then lastly, Matteo's mushrooms, garlic, and butter. So, now I'm gonna mix up all the meat, make meatballs that are perfectly sized, we're gonna sear them off, and then we're gonna cook it for 4 hours in tomato sauce. And while I work on these meatballs, you're gonna meet our guest judge, Chef Rocco Agostino.
Hi, my name is Rocco Agostino. I'm from Pizzeria Libretto. For me, the perfect meatball is all about texture and taste. I remember on Sundays with my nonna and my mom making meatballs, slow braising them, having a plate of meatballs and then adding pasta to the sauce. Little bits of meatballs falling into the sauce would make the whole difference with that plate.
All right, so we have 4 different kinds of meatballs. They've all been simmering in sauce for 4 hours. It's time to plate them up and bring in our guest judge, Chef Rocco Agostino. All right, Chef, come on in.
Got my spoon ready.
Got your spoon?
Yes.
Cheers. Chef, welcome.
Thank you.
First off, welcome to Hack or Hype. We're gonna be doing our meatball test. So just to bring you up to speed here on the factors, I made 1 batch of base meat. Okay, then I split it into 4 bowls. And in 1 bowl I added breadcrumbs. Another bowl was ricotta cheese. The other bowl was white bread that had been soaked in milk. And those are kind of the nonna hacks that we're kind of testing against. The 4th one is something that I use at my restaurant. It's pulsed mushrooms cooked with pulsed garlic and melted butter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
So I stumbled upon it by accident, and the idea behind it is, if you get so mushrooms are kind of like a sponge.
Yep.
So if you cook something in butter, it will soak it all up. And then over the time, when you cook your the meatballs, the mushrooms start to dissolve, and that butter just kind of melts into the meatball.
Makes sense.
So we'll see though, they all make sense. They all make sense for different reasons. But only one can be the best, most tender meatball.
Okay.
We're gonna ask you a few things. We're gonna ask you to look at them and smell them and tell me which one you think is which by by just looking at it.
Okay.
Then we're gonna taste them all.
Yep.
You're gonna tell me which one you think they are by tasting them. And then you're gonna ultimately give us your final opinion, which was the best, most tender meatball.
Okay.
Okay?
I like this.
This is good. I'm
excited.
Yes. And so I'm gonna shut up now.
Okay,
You do
so
your thing.
can I smell them? And
Get in there, get in there. Yeah, you do you.
This one is distinct.
Huh.
Out of the 4, these 3 smell similar.
Okay.
And this one kind of smells like it's been braised a little longer.
Really? Same time, identical time. Oh my God, I love this one. This is the best quiz.
Okay, so because I've never used mushrooms and this one smells so distinct, I'm gonna say that this is the mushroom.
Okay.
I'm gonna say milk and bread,
Milk and bread.
ricotta and breadcrumb.
Ricotta, breadcrumb. All right, so now you've smelled and looked and
Yes.
guessed, and that's a tough. If you nailed that one, I would have been very impressed by the
So
way.
you say that I didn't nail it?
I'm not saying
Okay.
shit. I'm just saying I'd be impressed no matter
Okay.
what. The real test is
Yes.
in the taste test.
Should have worn my glasses. Good flavor. This is not the ricotta.
Definitely a bit of a harder,
As a textural thing,
has a textural break.
a bit softer in texture. Okay, should we?
Yeah, go into the third one.
A bit more texture to this one. I think this is so far texturally the softest out of what we've tasted. Again, I mean, really close in flavor where you can't. It's a little hard to sort of distinguish.
Now, because I know what's what, for me there's something
That's standing out.
that's standing out, but it's very subtle, and I actually think that subtleness, because they're cooked over a longer period of time, it makes that even more and more subtle. So it's like I go for 4 hours on my meatball cook.
Last one,
Last meatball,
soft.
very soft. That was the easiest to break.
You know, I've got to say that I've tasting all 4.
Yeah.
I thought finding the one that you make with the mushrooms would be easy. That it would, you know, the flavors would come out and it'd be like, that's the one.
That's the mushroom for sure.
But it's proving harder than I thought.
Nonna, look away, Matteo Sapato. This is a great test. I'm so proud of this one. This is tough. I know the answers and I still think it's tough. Now you have to guess which meatball is which, and then the ultimate decision, which is the best meatball.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can tell you which one of my favorite is right now. Plate number 1, the one closest to you. What meatball is this?
This one here is the breadcrumb.
This plate.
This is just a guessing game right now.
Bro, this is tough, man. This is not
Go
easy.
in.
This is not easy at all.
I'll stick to the milk and bread for that.
Milk and bread, so we
Sure.
have breadcrumb,
Milk and bread. So this, no, you know what? I'm gonna do breadcrumb there.
So this is breadcrumb.
No. Man.
This is too tough. This is tough. Oh, this is definitely the hardest one we've ever done.
You know what? I'm gonna say this: breadcrumb,
Breadcrumb,
milk,
milk,
ricotta, mushroom.
mushroom. Okay, so you've made 2 different types of guesses, and to me, I think the visual and smell was great, but the one I'm the most concerned about is the taste. I think that's
Yes,
so we're gonna
100%.
base it purely on taste. I was just more curious on the smell and the visual.
Well, I like to smell the meatballs in the sauce, and
Yeah, I
you can
think it's-
sometimes pick up little nuances. So
Very cool. Okay, so now you've guessed. So out of these 4, what is your favorite meatball? Which is the most
texturally, flavor-wise, this one here has even though I'm saying mushroom, a bit of a more traditional flavor as far as a meatball is concerned.
Okay, are you ready to find out what's what?
No, but let's do it.
Okay, I need my cheat sheet on this because it is so close even for me and I know the answers. I don't want to make any mistakes.
Do it.
So you said for your first guess, breadcrumbs, this plate here. And in fact, that is the mushroom.
Oh!
That's the mushroom.
Wow. I guess, yeah, okay.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so plate number 2, you said was...
See, I should have been hold on. I should have been wearing my glasses because I was seeing that it was a little different. Right? I see that.
You see it after the fact.
Should have worn my glasses.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't say don't wear bifocals today. Like, okay, so and you could be wearing contacts right now. I have no idea. So
no contacts.
Plate number 2, you said was the milk
and
bread. And in fact, that was the breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Okay, so plate number 3.
2 wrong.
2 wrong so far. Plate number 3, you said this was the ricotta, and you nailed it.
Oh, nice. There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Got one right.
And this was the milk bread.
I should have guessed that.
Which you thought was the
softest, right?
It was
but
the
I was
softest.
I was going in between these two, but
you know, for me, I tasted the little bit of ricotta cheese in there.
Yeah.
You really don't taste the mushrooms though.
No, you don't.
There's,
you really don't. And like I said, I thought I would taste the mushrooms.
Yeah.
But yeah,
not even a little bit.
They don't come through.
The milk bread for me, and I think when you were saying things like this one's had a little bit more of a braise to it.
Smell
I felt like that was the milk coming through. You know, that because we didn't add extra Parmesan cheese there, but there's something in that milk, I think, that brings out that flavor.
100%. I mean, this smelt similarly to what a pot of sauce and meatballs would smell like in my mom's or Nonna's kitchen.
And did she use bread milk?
She did, yeah.
There you go. So,
I should have gone with that.
Yeah, right.
Like,
your memories,
yeah, 100%.
They don't lie, you know?
100%.
But I will say, today's test was probably my favorite, and it was definitely, across the board, the hardest. But very interesting. Science!
Totally. Yeah. One right. I can't believe it.
Dude, you know what, though?
I thought meatballs, I'm going to nail this.
It's not your fault. I knew the answers, and I kept having to cheat on my sheet.
No, this was really good.
Well,
really
thank you so much for proving that apparently my mushrooms are nothing more than hype. And at the end of the day, Nonna knows best how to make a proper meatball.
Yeah, don't mess with Nonna.
Don't mess with Nonnas.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for coming out, man. Yeah, bud. All right, let's clean up. Let's wash some dishes.
Okay.
Nonna, okay, I'll wash the dishes now, okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of Hacker Hype featuring the almighty, the tender, the beautiful, the meatball. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and if there's a recipe you want tested on Hacker Hype, let us know in the comments below.